You see these prices changing and you do not like them because they're going high, there's no cap and all this extra stuff. Okay, cool, no worries. So I'm going to use a seesaw, the plank is demand, and we're going to talk about these two barbers. Barber number one is consistent, he's on time, he's licensed, he's business minded, follows latest trends, solves problems, masters basics, and cleans up and is sanitized and attentive. You know what I'm saying? This barber charges $60. Okay? Throw in the wash, and he's not enhancement driven. Okay? Cool, no worries. Barber number two, some education, he's enhancement driven, so which means he uses more enhancements than actually fixing problems. He never learned the basics, he's inconsistent, he gives good haircuts, and or he might just be afraid to scale, so he charges $25 to $30. Now, there's a slew of other reasons why he could be charging another, 25 to 30 to compete with him and basically, drive more clientele over that way. Cool, no worries. So what ends up happening is the customer walks over here. He sees that this guy, he takes his craft serious. He's very business minded. He's scaling his business and he says $60 for a haircut. He's like, I don't want a $60 haircut. Ain't nothing justifying it to be $60 haircut. Okay, cool. So his demand goes down. Then what ends up happening is barber number two, because you go over here and you can get a decent haircut and you're willing to tolerate some of these things, and for the most part, just as long as your hair is straight, this guy's demand goes up. Okay? Cool. So now what ends up happening here is this guy, his price doesn't change. All right? And we'll leave him at 60 for a second. So now you got social media, and they're doing their good old job by telling them charge your worth. Okay? Well, since his demand is low, and all of these clients who basically are budgeting and are lowballing and they're like looking for a bargain, they're going this way. Well, it's true. The demand is high over here, so they end up charging more because they believe they're worth more, because they got their book is 80 to 100% filled because nobody's coming over here to this $60 haircut. Okay, no worries. So then what ends up happening is this guy says, okay, well, yeah, I love this. I love this. So you know what? He's charging 60 over here. I got a lot of clients. He really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm in high demand, so now I want $60. Okay, the customer sits there and says, $60 for what? What do I need $60 for? You're You're inconsistent. All you do is use enhancements. You didn't learn the basics. My haircut don't last for 2 to 3 weeks. You're inconsistent. You give okay haircuts, but you know what? I'm not willing to deal with all of this at this price point. So you know what? I'm going to go back over here. So now the demand for this guy goes down. Now he doesn't change his prices because at the end of the day, he knows he feels he's worth, and there's some people that are going to pay that. Okay, cool. But now what you don't realize, while you were over here, this guy was working hard. He was still elevating. He did not care about losing some clients. And guess what? You going over there made room for clients that actually value what he does. Now, he's getting $60 plus $20 tips consistently. So he says, you know what? Well, I don't want to be reliant on tips. So you know what? I'm going to charge $75. He scales up to $75. Okay? That way, people are comfortable. They're still giving tips. They're doing what they want to do. It's great. You know what I mean? So now this person comes back over here, these clients, and they say 75. Well, what you mean 75? It was 60 last time. The barber down the block charges 60. Well, you know what? Go to the barber down the block, because at the end of the day, I'm consistent. I do what I'm supposed to do. I take this very serious, and I'm looking to scale my business. That's what I'm trying to do. So if you want to go back to that $60 haircut, that's fine. But you won't have to deal with that now. Because honestly, I got clients, I've done the research, I've done the work, and I got clients now that charge me this, or that gets charged this, and they're willing to pay that, and they love what I do, and they value and they honor what I got going on.